So now it's recording. Let's see. Let's see. Let me make sure that it's recording. All right. We recording. We recording. Peace, 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 everyone. Only see the ladies in here so far. Everyone should have gotten the Zoom link. Let me put this on pause. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure y'all mute yourselves before we get started. Okay. That's a little something, we do to keep the energy live and in effect, okay? Because healing does not have to be boring, y'all. So clear your spaces, clear the energy, burn your sage, get your Palo Santo out because we are cracking the codes tonight. All right. Let's see who else put in the chat. All right. We got a lot of ATL, Philly, Arizona energy up in the building. So let me share my screen without further ado. And by the way, I'm very high right now, and I mean a natural high, right? I've been fasting or feasting, as Dr. Phil Valentine would say, for the last 10 days. No solids, just liquids. So y'all in for a treat tonight. That's all I gotta say. Y'all are in for a treat tonight. All right, let me share my screen right quick. Where we at with it? Where we at? Where you at? Screen. Okay. Is it gonna be with sound? Yes, because I need to share with sound. Okay, we're gonna start the slideshow. Move that, hide voting panels. Okay. Let's start this. Started from the beginning. All right, let me know if y'all could see that. Let me know if y'all could see that. All right. Y'all should put in the chat. Everything is good. Y'all can hear me. Audio is good. Okay. We are recording. So for those who are on my Patreon, this recording will be uploaded there. So you got to be on my Patreon, which is the same handle as my YouTube, my Instagram, my Facebook, Holistic Hope with a W. WHOLISTIC Hope. So if you want access to this information, this will be on my Patreon. Blow up the chat. Okay. Yes, y'all can hear me well. Yes, and for those who just tuning in, y'all just missed the party. All right, y'all missed the party. All right.
Oh man.
What's up, what's going on?
It's good with your niece. Just ready to go, ready to rock and roll.
Let's go. All right, so everybody, make sure you have your notepad. Make sure you have a pen and an open mind because some of this information is going to blow your mind. Okay, it blew mine when I was deep into research. Right? Shout out to the greats. Like, let's give a moment for the greats. Let's shout out their names. Dr. Laila Africa, Andreas Moritz. All right, he's the one I learned from on the amazing liver and gallbladder flush. Right, Dr. Paul Goss out of Cali, who is also an iridologist. Who else? Put it in the chat. Let's shout out the greats who have transcended and also the ones who still in this realm. Dr. Phil Valentine, he's still here, right? We're shouting out Dr. Amos Wilson, in who has passed on. Dr. Jack Felder, who was actually one of my grandmother's friends. They taught at the same school, and get this, they have the same birthday, y'all, which means I have the same birthday as him. We all born on June 14th. Yo, it's crazy when I found that out. So shout out to the greats. All right, let's get right into it. Let me check this chat right quick. Yes, okay. Say greetings. All right. So let's go here. Okay, so this is what we will cover. All right, this is what we will cover. Liver destruction from birth into adulthood, right? How it all starts. Liver qi stagnation, the best herbs for the liver, emotions in your liver, the great cholesterol myth and liver qi stagnation. How many of us are on or know someone who's on cholesterol medication? Put it in the chat. How many of us know someone or on medication for cholesterol? All right, we're going to end this now. Time to escape this medical matrix because that's exactly what it is. It's a medical matrix. All right. I'm checking the chat. Hello, hello, peace and love. All right. So what else? The importance of liver flushing 4 times a year for aging and rejuvenation benefits. Okay. Plus bonus information, y'all. Okay. So if you was in my first class and we already covered a lot, but there's some bonus information that I didn't share the last time. So y'all in for it. You are in for it. All right. Make sure before we get into it, you mute yourselves, and there will be a time for Q&A. There will be a time for Q&A. Okay. So you can unmute at the end. We got to get through this quick, through an hour. I do got a lot of slides because information just be flowing. But we got another event happening at 8 o'clock p.m. I'm going to share that with y'all too. Okay. So let's get into it. All right, let's hide this here. Let's hide this floating media panels. Okay, we gotta let some people in. We gotta let some people in. Let's make sure we let everybody in. Okay, 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 cool. All right, so liver destruction from birth to adulthood. Now, this is very personal. I love talking about this. Why? Because one of the things that we do as parents, right? As soon as we get pregnant, mother and father, right? Because they're both is involved in the process, okay? And automatically we think, oh, I have to vaccinate. I have to give my children shots. Yeah, we could talk about that fully because we on Zoom. And I talk a lot about this on my Patreon too. So, ain't no pages are getting taken down or anything like that. And so one of the things that we give to our children at birth is the vitamin K shot, right? And a lot of times we don't know, right? We listen to our doctors. Everybody else is doing it, right? This is the norm. This has become the norm. Vaccinating, giving shots has become the norm, right? So this is how the liver gets taxed on a newborn baby. So this is the impact at a vitamin K shot. First, did you know that the vitamin K shot has a black box warning? What is that? Shout out to my mother in the ancestral realm. She was very, very passionate about this topic, right? So what is the black box warning? The black box warning means any kind of drug, medication, prescription, or shot that has a black box warning means that it has a deadly attachment to it. Matter of fact, it has the skull, cross, and bones on the box, y'all. They don't share that with you when you go to these gestational checkups, right? So point number 1, newborns are naturally born with low vitamin K levels. Why? Because their body, their organs are not fully developed. Their little small intestines are not fully developed. Their pancreas is not fully developed. Their liver is not fully developed. So the newborn baby has to depend on mother to transfer the vitamin K from breast milk to baby. That's why it is so important for women to breastfeed their babies. That's why it's also important to eat a lot of greens during the pregnancy process, during the pregnancy stages, because all of that, you're transferring that to baby, right? So there's a reason for this. Creator did not put you here in lack of nothing. I'm going to repeat that. Creator did not put you here for lack of nothing, right? Nothing at all. So doctors recommend synthetic vitamin K shots to correct this, right? But what is overlooked? Number 1, breast milk gradually increases bilirubin circulation and supports the development that when you're breastfeeding, the mother is breastfeeding her baby, and it says my internet is unstable. Y'all can hear me? Put in, it says somebody said cut off sound. Okay. Put in the chat if y'all can hear me. Okay, somebody say yes, better. Never mind, sound is bad. Yeah, sometimes the internet be going in and out. Okay. Everybody's saying can hear. Now we good. Good. Okay. So why does the breast milk contain small amounts of highly absorbable vitamin K? Because again, their bodies are not fully developed, so they can only take a small amount at a time. And then on top of that, when they're getting the vitamin K from mother, it's being digested in the right channel of the digestive period, right? It's not going directly into the skin, breaking the skin barrier, going directly into the blood. It's going through the esophagus on down to the stomach into the small intestine, right? Then you delay solids. That's why we say delay solids until 6 months to allow the digestive system and liver to fully mature. All right, so here's the risk of synthetic vitamin K overload, right? High levels of synthetic vitamin K can tax the liver, leading to long-term damage. This contributes to potential to jaundice and potential brain damage, okay? Every time I hear of someone said, oh, my baby had jaundice at birth, I automatically know that they had the vitamin K shot, because the vitamin K it overloads the liver to produce so much of the enzymes that their eyes become yellow, the body becomes yellow, and they have to be under that light for like the first hours of birth. Right? Share this information, y'all, because we need it. Anyone you know that's carrying right now, that's pregnant, right? Mothers and fathers, we have to wake up from this medical matrix because they have lied to us. All right. Your children do not need this unnecessary shot, because Creator already put you here with everything that you need. So here's the key takeaway. The liver is vulnerable at birth for a purpose. Prioritize natural nutrition like breast milk to protect and support liver development for your baby. And understand the natural benefits of low vitamin K at birth. As baby ages, the digestive tract, mucosal lining, gut flora, and enzyme functions develop, baby can process more vitamin K. Low levels at vitamin K at birth just makes sense. Blow up the chat, y'all. Blow up the chat. How many of y'all knew that? Right? Blow up the chat. Put some 4 4s in the chat if y'all enjoying this. Put some 4 4s in the chat if y'all enjoying this. All right. We at the 15-minute mark. Let me hide this right here. Hide this. All right, cool. All right. So now we're going to get into it. The liver, bile acid metabolism, and its connection to bowel disease. Okay. So my next question is, how many of us know someone who's dealing with Crohn's? How many of us know someone who's dealing with ulcerative colitis? How many of us know someone who's dealing with diverticulitis and all of those bowel conditions, right? And keep in mind, I broke this down too in one of my last lives, the truth about Crohn's disease. So you got to check that out on my YouTube. I got a plethora of information on there. All right. So the role of liver in the bile ducts. Okay. The liver produces bile and is stored into the gallbladder, which releases in the intestines for digestion. So your bile salts, it breaks down and absorbs fats, vitamins, removes waste and toxins, and inhibits growth of harmful intestinal bacteria. So those with challenges with parasites, gut bacteria, children having stomach viruses. Oh, the stomach virus is going around. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's no stomach virus going around. It's based upon that child needing to release whatever's in their stomach, that the bacteria, the gut microbiome is on overload. Hear me well, hear me well, hear me well, family. You cannot catch anything. You cannot catch anything. Your body has to already be susceptible to that disease. So if my immune defense system is low, which you have an immune defense network, which is your lymphatic network in your gut, if it's low, my body's going to react to anybody around me who's already dealing with the same thing. You can't catch the healthy, right? And that's what Dr. Layla Africa used to say. You can't catch the healthy. How can you catch the disease? Let's keep going. Crohn's disease and the ileum. Now, again, if you was on my last live, I talked a lot about this. The ileum is the last part of the small intestine, right? And that's the part that they remove for those who have chronic Crohn's disease. So why is that, right? Let's make the connection to the liver and Crohn's. So Crohn's affects the ileum, or not really, this is the medical definition. The ileum is affected and they call it Crohn's. Did y'all know that Crohn's disease is actually named after the guy who found the disease back in, like, I believe it was the 50s. His name was called Bill Crohn. Yeah, I just, so sometimes when I see, I'm a person of wordplay. I don't believe the surface. My mother always taught me never believe half of what you see, and always the code beneath the surface. All of these diseases, all of these things that we know as diseases are names after people and describing your symptoms. Okay, I'm helping you get to the root, so you're not going in a circle no more. All right. So Crohn's affects the ileum, rich in bile acid receptors. Okay, that's that connection to that liver again. The ileum absorbs 95% of bile acid salts. These are your little receptors that helps you to digest food, digest fats, assimilate and take in your vitamins, your minerals when you eat your foods. Bile acids play a critical role in lipid and cholesterol metabolism. We're going to get more into that too as we go along. So disruption of bile acid circulation. A damaged ileum lining in Crohn's disease leads to bile acid malabsorption. So consequences of this, right? Here's the symptoms of consequences of a disrupted bile acid circulation. Okay, again, this is this acid that you need to digest and assimilate your food, which is produced by the liver. So look at these symptoms here. Consequences of a disrupted bile acid circulation. Doesn't that mirror Crohn's? Why not just call it disrupted bile acid circulation instead of calling it Crohn's? Because it's all a game, y'all. See, this is a game. Remember I said in my rap, this how they play the game. They profit off disease. That's how they play the game, y'all. If they told y'all it was disrupted bile acid circulation, you would automatically look that up and it would connect you to the liver. But no, they have to spin you in circles. Oh, you got to get this taken out. You need this medication. Oh, you need this steroid. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I get so hyped because I want everyone to understand this information, right? So watery diarrhea, frequent and urgent bowel movements, painful stomach cramps, difficulty controlling bowel movements. Isn't that all Crohn's? Look up Crohn's right now on your phone. I bet you will mirror the same. So similarities to other irritable bowel diseases. So symptoms overlap with other bowel diseases such as IBS, colitis, right? Diverticulitis, all of that. Malabsorption impacts nutrient absorption and overall digestive health. So that's why those with these bowel conditions tend to lose weight rapidly, because their eating is going in, it's going right out, because there's nothing there on the ileum lining to digest the fats. Let's see what's happening in the chat. I see y'all. I see. It's a money grabber. Yes, indeed. I was told that my oldest had jaundice at birth. She was put in an incubator, even though I breastfed. Never saw any yellow other than she was light-skinned. And there was never any mention of the vitamin K shot. This was 38 years. Yup. They're not going to tell you that. Most doctors don't even know. And let me just kind of like interject. Most doctors don't even know. And that's why I tell y'all, don't blame the doctors. Do you know they only get maybe 6 weeks of nutrition? If that. Some of them told me they only get 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks of nutrition in medical school. The rest is pharmacy, pharmaceuticals. This is a industry started by a few families, right? A few families that's controlling the masses. And if you want to know more about that, if you're a reader like me and you want to go deep down the rabbit hole, there's a book called Murder by Injection by Eustace Mullins. And I promise you, it's going to seem boring at first, because I'm reading it and I'm talking to my mother. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, this book is kind of boring. I don't get what it has to do with medicine and in the medical industry. She said, she started laughing, said, keep reading. And I kept reading and it blew my mind. It started naming people like JP Morgan. What does a dude from the bank got to do with the medical industry? Rockefeller and all of those the others auto place. I forgot the name of the auto places. Somebody put it in the chat. It's like a big major auto industry. They all formed it, y'all. All formed it. All right, let's keep going. Let me check the chat right quick. Yeah, Ford. Yes, thank you, Ford. Ford was in that book, and what what it talked about, it said how all of them came together and said, we're going to develop a medical monopoly. We're going to get rid of the mamas, the big mamas that used to birth the babies at home and outside. We're going to get rid of chiropractors, and we're going to call them quacks. We're going to get rid of iridologists, and we're going to get rid of massage therapists. We're going to call them all quackery, so people can stray away from it. We're going to get rid of tarot readers and all of your ancient knowledge. And now you're going to look at that like black magic. And guess what? People don't even gravitate to it because you think it's black magic. And let me put y'all on another secret. After the 1920s, when they ushered in this medical monopoly, when Big Mama stopped birthing the babies, when they called doulas and midwives quackery, the infant mortality went up by hundreds and hundreds of percent. And there was no infant mortality when Big Mama and Auntie and they was in the field birthing our babies naturally. Blow up the chat, y'all. Blow up the chat. We getting into it. All right. So this is for my people here, right? This is for my people here. This is the great cholesterol myth, right? How many of y'all go to the doctor? Oh, your cholesterol's a little high. Your LDL is dangerously high. Your HDL is okay, yeah, because that's the good cholesterol. Your triglycerides are very high. We need to stop that. Let me give you some statins. For that, right? How many of y'all have been diagnosed with high cholesterol? Know somebody who has been diagnosed with high cholesterol and feel like, oh my gosh, man, I gotta get my cholesterol down. Let me take these statins. We cracking the code. It's all a myth, baby. It's all a myth. The great cholesterol myth. First of all, you need cholesterol. I'm gonna say that again. You need cholesterol. Stop letting them fool you. You need cholesterol for your cells. And that's why I say every time the liver influences every cell, every organ, every gland in the body. So any kind of disease you dealing with, the liver, baby, go to that liver. Because the liver, when it produces the cholesterol has to transfer to the cell membrane to maintain its shape. So what happens is when you eat a food, let's say you have an apple, but you have some apple rings. They got sugar on it, right? So you got some apple rings, and when you eat it, I want you to close your eyes. Do an exercise with me. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine your digestive tract. You're eating. It's going down your esophagus. It's going down into the pylorus valve, which connects to the duodenum. Right. Your duodenum is very small. Right. So this picture it with me. Bear with me, family. All right. It's going down. Then it's going down into the small intestine, all around into the liver, the gallbladder, and then now, before it goes out the large intestine, because it's a whole process of digestion. Now, keep your eyes closed, family. Your cells, it's like this. You got the apple rings knocking at the door. Can I come in? The cell membrane. Who are you? Oh, I know one of you. I know this apple. I'm going to let you in. The sugar. What about me? Nah, I don't know you. See, you foreign to the body. Kick out. You gone. You out the door. Matter of fact, slam the door like Ice Cube did on Friday, right? You out the door. Now, what happens, what you call disease, the body is releasing the poisons that you put into it. That's how your cell works. And that's what cholesterol is important for, because it helps your cell recognize foreign matter. Boom. Okay. So look, Here's what cholesterol, a necessary fat, protects the blood vessels, arteries, and the brain. So all of that, oh, cholesterol damage the arteries is a myth. I'm going to explain to you why heart disease and all of that happens after a while if you don't take care of your liver. So cholesterol also supports heart health by preventing arterial damage. Cholesterol is produced by the liver and is vital for synthesizing vitamin D. How many of y'all low in vitamin D? How many of y'all have ever had a diagnosis or a test come back, you had your complete blood count and your vitamin D was low? Oh, your vitamin D is low. We gotta, yeah, okay. Your cholesterol is responsible for that. Yeah, cholesterol is responsible for that. Cholesterol in aging, okay? So indicates increased cholesterol, LDL triglycerides. So it serves as a protection for weakened vessels and arterioles. Now let's take a look at this iris here, right? That white lipid ring around the cornea in older adults, right? From ages between like 60 and 85, but I've seen over 500 irises, y'all. And I'm seeing this ring in younger people in their 40s, okay? In their early to mid 40s. So it's changed because the food is changing. It has changed, okay? So this ring around the iris is called a lipids diathesis for my iridologists out there who's listening. All right, lipid diathesis, that just is a cholesterol ring. That means that there's a lot of fats in the blood, right? And it's also notes to a liver insufficiency. So why is there a lot of fats in the blood? Well, it acts as a protection, especially when you become around age 60 and 85. You want high cholesterol. You want to raise your cholesterol when you get to that age, because at that age, a lot of people deal with memory challenges. A lot of people deal with what is called dementia, Alzheimer's. And remember, I said cholesterol is needed for brain function. Other countries, other doctors in other countries are telling their clients or telling their patients to keep their cholesterol high. They're also saying that the higher the cholesterol when you get older, the less risk you have to cancer, the less risk you have to Alzheimer's, the less risk you have to dementia. Mute yourself. Mute yourself. Make sure y'all mute yourselves, okay? Yes, I'm gonna check the chat in a minute, y'all, okay? Please mute yourself, okay? So challenging the cholesterol myth. Lowering cholesterol isn't always the focus. Cholesterol protects against blockages when properly regulated. So if you have been diagnosed with high cholesterol, if you have had a complete blood count and they say your liver enzymes are elevated, you need to flush your liver. Excess fat buildup often points to liver dysfunction. The liver's role in cholesterol management, bile duct obstruction can lead to excess fat and cholesterol buildup, disrupted fat metabolism and circulation. Addressing liver health is key to managing cholesterol-related conditions, okay? Like atherosclerosis, which is excess fat on the arteries, and you have challenges. The heart has a challenge with performing its job, which is to produce oxygen for every cell in the body as well, okay? Statins, beware. Statins, beware. And if you're on my Patreon, you got my video, the statin deception, right? The statin deception. So statins block the liver enzymes from producing cholesterol. So this is an artificial way to lowering cholesterol. You don't want to block the liver from producing cholesterol, which is going to block you from vitamin D, block you from digestion properly, those with acid reflux, all connected. It's going to block the cholesterol from getting to the brain, the neuron cells. Oh, yeah. So a dangerous medication, especially for people between the ages of 60 to 85. Now, I'm not a medical doctor. I cannot tell you to get off your medication, okay? After seeing this information, you have to make that decision for yourself. So I have to put that disclaimer out there, family, all right? So check out this iris here, okay? This is the left iris. The left iris always shows the heart, right? So the heart region, you can see there's aorta blockage due to high lipids in the blood. Lipids is fats. And then you see the liver region. Look how dark it is. Every time I look into the heart or I look into the prostate, the uterus, oh, it goes down the line. It goes down the line. Let me go to the next one. Okay, so before we start this, I'm going to finish my last thought. And make sure y'all put in the chat that y'all can hear this video. Now, this is a quick video here. Like I said before, every disease, most diseases that we suffer from in humanity is linked to a poor functioning liver. Prostate, right? Fibroid, cysts, heart disease. I did a video on congestive heart failure and the connection to the liver. Thyroid. You're like, what? What's she talking about? Thyroid ain't got nothing to do with the liver. Yes, it does. If you read my free ebook, I talked about how, and this is for those who joined the liver flush. Blow up the chat. Who in the liver flush? Who already in the liver flush? Blow up the chat if you in the liver flush. Blow up the chat if you got the ebook and you in the liver flush. We got to get more people popping off in there. Listen, we got over 50 people. We got over 50 people, y'all. The real way. Listen, yo. Yes. Getting ready. Me. Let's go. Okay. So if you got my ebook, I talked about a unique story. I had a client, and she had a thyroid goiter. It was large. It was on her right side, and I told her, I said, you need to do a liver flush. She's like, what does the liver flush have to do with my thyroid? I said, trust me, you need to do this liver flush. She was like, well, I don't feel any pain in my gallbladder. I said, most people are walking around with gallstones and don't even know it. Do the liver flush. She did the liver flush. And I kid you not, family, a week or two later, that goiter went down. That thyroid goiter went down. She couldn't believe it. And on top of that, she released so many stones. And if you got the ebook, you see the picture of the stones. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I'll just say it again. It was amazing. Okay, so let's watch this video right quick. Is cholesterol really a dangerous disease? Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear it.
Cholesterol is one of the most important defense mechanisms we have in the body. In 1968, the perfect cholesterol level was 222. Today, the perfect cholesterol is 222. It has not moved. As you get down to about 120, you can pretty well be assured that 100% of that population has cancer growing someplace. It may be small, it may be large, but it is growing. But as far as being the best protector against heart disease, against stroke, against cancer, you're not going to get over cancer unless you get the cholesterol levels above 200. 180 is kind of the break even, if you would. But if we have a patient who stays around 120, 130, 140, I know they are not going to recover.
Ooh, who got chills from that? Who got chills from that? Oh my gosh. And you could look this up right on YouTube. You could just type in, is cholesterol really a dangerous disease? This video come up. It's a lot of research that's backing it up. PubMed has published countless articles on this topic. But you know why we don't know about it? Tell me that famous quote. Why we don't know about it? What do they have to do that they know we not going to do? If you want to hide something from the people, you do what? You put it in the book. You put it in the book. Yeah, you know, you already know. You already know. You put it in a book because they know people not going to go that extra mile. I goes the extra mile because I love me and I love you. So let's keep it going. Let's go to the next one. Oh, this one going to shock y'all. This one going to put some heat under the buns, y'all. This one is the one. This one will shock you. Put some ones in the chat if you are ready for this information. Put some ones in the chat if y'all ready for this information. Glaucoma in the liver. Now, I know you scratching your head. I know she said eyes is connected to the liver. I know Montauk Chia, shout out to him. Shout out to the elder. He said eyes are connected to the liver. Well, what do they really mean? Huh? Let's get into it. This connection will shock you. This is the glaucoma's medical definition. Chronic eye disease damaging the optic nerve. Please mute yourselves as you enter in. Chronic eye disease damaging the optic nerve, leading to vision loss, right? Symptoms: severe eye pain, decreased or cloudy vision, nausea or vomiting, red swollen eyes. But here's the causes: high eye pressure, intraocular pressure, blocked drainage system, genetic predisposition, and inflammatory conditions. Now look at this at the bottom, right? The word glaucoma comes from the ancient Greek word glaucos, which can mean bluish, greenish, sea-colored, or owl. Isn't that what people's eyes look like when they have glaucoma? Does that describe what is really happening? Not at all. It doesn't describe what's really happening in the body. This describes the symptom, not the actual cause. It's time to escape the medical matrix. Are you ready to go down deep? Are you ready to go deep down the rabbit hole? Come on now. Y'all ready to go deep down the rabbit hole? Let's go. So this is what's really happening, right? In your eyes, you have this amazing drainage system, this pathway called the trabecular meshwork. And in this trabecular meshwork, this drainage system, it helps to drain that aqueous humor in your eye that helps to shape the eye, right? Keeps the shape of the eye, helps to maintain its shape, all of the vitamins and minerals that you need for the eye, like lutein and all of that. I forgot the other word right now, right? And so what happens is, because this trabecular meshwork has malfunctioned, right? Now the eye fluid is increased because it's not draining the fluid, the aqueous humor, like it's supposed to. So malfunctioning of the meshwork equals increased eye pressure. How many of us have went to our eye doctors and your eye pressure was elevated? That's dangerous, because now you are you can cause damage and to blow up the retina and the optic nerve, which can potentially lead to blindness, right? So increased eye pressure equals optic nerve damage, glaucoma, right? But how did this happen? Dr. Shakira, you still didn't answer my question. How does the glaucoma have to do with the liver? I hear you talking about the trabecular meshwork. I hear you giving me a little bit of the anatomy, but I still didn't hear you give me the understanding of the eye and the liver. All right. So what's so amazing when I found on PubMed, on one of the articles, that trabecular meshwork is lined with lipids, right? It's lined with lipids, which is the fats, right? Your LDL, the LDL that we go on an attack for. So what happens is, let me paint a picture. Liver produces cholesterol. The LDL, which is low density lipoprotein, has to carry that cholesterol cell to cell, each part of the body, dropping it off where it's needed to maintain the whole cellular structure of the body. Whatever, after it's done its job, it's like a mail carrier. Picture an Amazon worker as the LDL dropping off packages to everybody, but he has extra packages. So he don't know what to do with it. He has to bring it back to the warehouse. Uh-oh, the liver's the warehouse, but the warehouse is full. Why is the warehouse full, y'all? Because it's too much fat in the liver due to the foods we've been eating, the fried food, the greasy food, right? The sodas, the sugar, right? So now this Amazon worker like, knock, knock, I got to drop these packages off. Oh, it's too full. We don't have no room. Sorry. That's your liver. So now it's like, oh man, where am I going to go? So guess what? The lipid goes back into the bloodstream, dropping little fat particles in your arteries and also in that trabecular meshwork in the arteries and vessels behind your eyes. And that fat builds up over time. And when that fat builds up, that meshwork is not able to drain the fluid properly, which leads to the blocking of the aqueous humor and accumulates that liquid to cause high intraocular eye pressure. Put a 1 in the chat if you fully understand what I just said, because I break it down so well where I'm literally painting a picture for you, right? So lipids not properly processed by the liver accumulate in the eye, affecting pressure balance. Woo! So for those of you who know somebody with glaucoma, cataracts too, right? Any kind of night vision issues, eye issues, cloudy vision, your vision is getting lower and lower. You got to squint more and more. We got to focus on your liver and these liver flushes. All right. The liver's role in glaucoma prevention: a well-functioning liver helps regulate lipid balance, preventing the trabecular meshwork blockage, supporting liver detoxification can improve eye health and prevent optic nerve damage. And also, while you're doing that, you can also use my Eagle Eye Drops. That's one of my top products on my website. So you use that with the liver flush. Oh man, you good to go. Good to go. Oh man. All right. So this is the emotional part here. This is the spiritual, the metaphysics of the liver. I'm going to check the chat real quick. We got about 15 minutes. Currently have eye pressure. Wow. Wow. Eagle eye is great. Yes. That eagle eye. Yes. Shout out to you, Sharita. Yes. I see. Zeaxanthin. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Yes, thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Jackie. Yes, okay. So liver, gateway to emotional balance, right? The liver's talking, but are we listening? So the liver and emotional stabilization. The liver is closely tied to emotions of anger and frustration, right? How many of us are quick to just get angry, to perceive somebody or what they said wrong? Like, it's just like, oh, you run me the wrong way, but they may not have meant it that way. I remember when I was in my mid-20s and my mom said, you can't take a joke. I can't tell you anything because you just automatically get upset. I didn't realize how angry I was. I didn't realize it. It wasn't until I really started detoxifying my body. I started taking herb called ashwagandha. I started to do a kidney detox, a liver detox. But it was really that ashwagandha, I'm not going to lie, that really kicked it off. And 3 days after taking it, she was like, wow, like you seem different. I'm like, man, yeah, I know it's this ashwagandha. Mind you, I really didn't know nothing about it because I had learned about it through my late uncle, Kenny. Shout out to my uncle Kenny in the ancestral realm. I learned about it through him, and I'm just like, I was like, I read it. I'm like, let me take this. And she said, well, whatever that is, keep taking it. Because I guess I was just too much to deal with on a daily basis. But you know, we could be that way to our family members. We don't realize it's the signals that is going on in the subconscious, right? What you need to focus on, the void, that place that you avoid, there's a void. That place you avoid, there's a void. How are we feeling it? Are you feeling it externally with alcohol and smoking and keeping busy? Or are you feeling it by going into self, internal, right? So daily frustrations, always angry at daily earthly life, right? Traffic. I ain't gonna lie, since being in Atlanta traffic is crazy, all right? But I'll be like, you know what? It's all part of this world, right? But constantly, oh man, yeah, just you gotta deal with it. Work stress, irritability signal a need for liver cleansing. Now I know that may sound like, oh well, everybody gets upset at all of these things. But I'm telling you, when you have like a veganist for life, and you just naturally just have like the happy hormones on high, these things, it you may have a little words here and there, but it's not gonna be your everyday. So anger impacts your liver immediately, right? Impact of liver health on emotional well-being. We got to fly through this. A cleansed liver with open bowel ducts leads to less emotional turbulence and improved mood, greater happiness and vitality in life, right? Health beyond the physical. This is why I tell people, this is beyond food, y'all. Right? We got to really heal at the root. We have to really heal and go into each melanin zone in our body, which is the chakras. And the liver is connected to a blocked root chakra. You need to ground yourself more. And not just, okay, we're going outside, we ground into the earth. But really, again, what you avoid, there's a void. What voids are you avoiding? That's what I mean. I do that in my program. My students know what's up with that. All right. So health beyond the physical, emotional health, and organ function are interconnected. Anger and frustration may reflect messages from the liver. Addressing the liver health enhances both physical and emotional balance. Here's the key takeaway. Read that. Make sure you screenshot all of this. All right. Make sure you screenshot all this. I'm going to fly through it. All right, so real quick, right? Juice Plus clinical studies on liver and gallbladder support. For those who have been joining me for a while, you know I'm always talking about the Juice Plus, right? So Juice Plus are simply whole food powders and an omega oil that provides concentrated nutrition from a variety of fruits and vegetables. Its potential health benefits have been explored in numerous clinical studies. So I don't promote products, other people's products, without really doing the deep research on it. And this is what they have found. Since 1995, Juice Plus has been the subject of 33 human clinical trials, resulting in 47, I think now 48, published scientific research papers demonstrating 13 distinct health benefits. How many of y'all can say the multivitamin you're taking has all of that backed up by it? We're going to talk more about that at 8 p.m. I'm going to send y'all to the next event we're doing. So cardiovascular health studies indicate, these are what the clinical studies are indicating, that Juice Plus helps to maintain blood pressure, total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and homocysteine levels already within a healthy range. Supports normal, healthy elasticity of the arteries. So if you want to know more about that, join us at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on One Simple Change, and I will put the link in the chat, okay? Link in the chat will be there. So flushing your liver 4 times a year is vital. Why? We flush our liver aligned with each season, right? The first one is the spring equinox, second one, summer solstice, third one is the autumn equinox, and the fourth one is the winter solstice. So this is why liver flushing is vital, right? Liver plays a central role in detoxifying the whole body. Many people unknowingly have gallstones obstructing their gallbladder and bile ducts. Pancreas, digestive enzyme regulation. Those with diabetes, those who know someone with diabetes. Did you know that glucose metabolism starts in the liver? Pancreas and liver are like cousins. So when the pancreas and the glucose, the insulin is out of control, really the insulin and the glucogen is supposed to work together, but somehow, some way, it's out of balance. The liver is the root, because the liver controls the glucose metabolism as well. It has a whole glucose network and a metabolic pathway, everything, all right, for glucose in the liver. Right, contributes to chronic conditions and disrupts overall vitality and leads to impaired digestion, nutrient malabsorption, and toxic buildup. So this is the liver flush process. Really quick, we drink tart cherry juice, which is high in malic acid, which softens cholesterol deposits. If you read my ebook and you already in the liver flush, you know this. Why we do that all throughout the week. Then the grapefruit juice and the olive oil mixture comes into play. This stimulates bowel flow. That's why you have to drink that olive oil and grapefruit juice mixture on the last day. This helps to release gallstones and clear bile ducts. The magnesium citrate, you get provided that with the liver flush kit. What is that? This helps the gallbladder to contract to 1/3 of its size. So that way, when it's time to release the stones, it'll come out with ease. See, if you look online and you say, can I release gallstones on my own? They'll say, oh, don't do it. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. But look at this process that we have, y'all. And everybody who did my liver flush can attest that it was smooth. There was no pain. So then you also are provided a liver detox tea blend. I call it my liver chi blend. Herbs to support the liver during and after the flush. So key tips for liver flushing. If a significant number of gallstones are passed during the first flush, perform subsequent flushes every 4 weeks, right? If you pass a lot the first time, you need to do it every 4 weeks until no more stones are observed. And then also to maintain vitality and optimal organ health, aim to perform liver flushes 4 times per year, okay? Also want to note that you shouldn't do liver flushes. You have to be at least, I would say 17 years old and up, 16 maybe, depending on the condition, because they eat, teenagers eat a lot of junk. But I would say 16, 17, if anyone is asking about age. 16, 17. And then there's certain things that also will prevent you from doing liver flush. If you had a gallbladder stent put in, you're not able to do it. If you have extreme constipation, you have to address the constipation before you do the liver flush, because what's going to happen, you trying to release all that waste at once, it could get stuck and it could be very painful. So that's why it says in the liver flush ebook, it's best to cleanse your colon before and after the flush. And that's for those who have extreme constipation. So this is what you'll be having. Look at that. Look at that. This is the liver flush kit on the left. And this is what you'll be purchasing on the right. You got to get your organic, pure, not from concentrate, tart cherry juice. You got to get your grapefruit juice, and you got to get your olive oil. And all the instructions are explained in the ebook, okay? Worry not. I am here. So these are all the herbs. You can screenshot this. This is all the herbs in the liver chi blend. Herbs to support and detoxify your liver. You got sweet fennel. You got wild yam root. You got yellow dock, dandelion, beet powder, milk thistle. And the reason why we do all of these herbs is because each herb plays a vital role in how it interacts with the liver. Milk thistle was good, but not good on its own, because each herb has to play a role into how it's going into the liver and then what it's doing to seal the liver as well, okay? You got ginger, you got quassia chips. So one of the farmers that handle my herbs, she was like, what you said? I said cassia. She said, girl, it's called quassia. So yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, I need that. Yeah. And oh, by the way, we're getting a big shipment on Friday. I got to put more liver herbs together because y'all have been blowing up the liver flush group like crazy. Okay. So we come to the part, right? If you have not joined already, join the first detox of the year, flush your liver. For those who are on the masterclass, and the masterclass only, you are getting a special price of $70. Okay, let me update that. I forgot to update it before we got on this call. So those who are on this call, $70. $70. And what I didn't put in there is that what not only does the liver flush kit carry you through this liver flush, it carries you through 4 liver flushes. $70 for 4 I'll take that. And put it for those who are in my liver flush, they know they don't have to re-up. This ain't about money. This ain't about, oh, let me take your money. Yeah, it's updated, y'all. Go on the site, holisticcopalis.com. It's up there for y'all. No, it's not. It's not. You're going to get this price for 4 flushes. So today and today. only. Once you invest in your liver flush kit, you will be added to my amazing WhatsApp liver as well. We blowing up, and we got a lot of brothers. It's been rising. Men need heal. This is the event. Okay, somebody said they can't hear me. Somebody, okay, because my internet was unstable. Okay, yeah. So this is the event I was talking about. This is at 8 p.m. So we about to start up. I'm gonna answer some questions. I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging. I do gotta go in 5 minutes. This is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Myself and Dr. Nalani and the rest of my team will be on there. We're gonna be talking about one simple change, how one simple change can transform your health forever. And so I want y'all to find out about that. I want you all to know that you can get your children these free nutrition package for 4 years old and up to a young adult up to the age of 25 years old. So this is the password and this is the login. Screenshot that so y'all can get in at 8 o'clock. We have fun over there too. And I'm bringing the same energy over there too. All right. So make sure y'all screenshot that before I stop sharing my screen. Y'all got it? Who's joining me at 8 o'clock? Who's joining us at 8 o'clock? Who's joining us at 8 o'clock? Screenshot that. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Woo! Oh my goodness. Yes. Amir said, let me check this chat. Y'all was giving so much love. Yes. Currently have, okay. Oh my, that's beautiful. I'm set for all 4. Yup. All right. Make sure we start on March 17th. So that's 12 days from now. 12 days. So you want to get it now so it can ship out to you. You have enough time to get in the chat, get the ebook, read over it, and get your stuff. All right. Again, we have a big shipment coming in from the farm out in Bowie. Am I saying it right, y'all? Am I butchering that? Bowie, Maryland. Bowie, Maryland. That's where my farmers is at. And they shipping a big box of herbs, and that's when I'm gonna ship it out to y'all. Someone said I ordered. When will I see the WhatsApp? I'm gonna send it when we get off this call. You're gonna get the WhatsApp link. For those who's joining, you're gonna get an email ebook. You're gonna get the ebook, and you're gonna get the link to Bowie. Y'all are funny. Yeah, Bowie. Yeah. That I knew I was butchering it. Yeah. Bowie. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, y'all gonna get the link to the WhatsApp, and the ebook in your email, okay? Y'all gonna get it. Don't worry. I'm gonna give it to y'all. Oh, also, if you've been invited by someone, they could send you the link too. You could send your people the link. Just invite them on the chat. Like you could just click on it and be like, invite to this group. I'll send you the link too. And whoever invited you, they can invite you too. All right. Jackie tore it up, but we still love you. Boo-wee. All right, y'all. Well, I ain't gonna be too long. Any questions? Real quick. Gotta get to the questions. Unmute yourselves, or you could put it in the chat. Who got some questions for me? No questions? It was just that good? It left y'all speeches like that? Oh, man. Come on now. My brain works so much better when y'all have questions. But let me read this chat. It says, 8 years ago, my doc said I need to be on cholesterol pills forever. I told him, give me 6 months. I came back to 6 months. My normals were back to normal. His demeanor was strangely not pleasant. Yeah. Because come on, you're not a customer. You didn't become a customer. Yeah, of course not. That's how you know. Yeah, go ahead. Who unmute themselves? Go ahead.
It's how you doing?
Good. Peace.
Yeah. So when you was talking about how it affects the eyes and you can gradually lose your sight. So is this why people who are diabetics, more so type 2, is this why they suffer from blindness because of the lack of the liver being affected, which then causes the eyesight to deteriorate gradually? So that all is connected with type 2 diabetics?
Yes. And most type 2 diabetics are diagnosed with glaucoma. It's not really the pancreas or just the pancreas alone that's leading to blindness. Most diabetics have been diagnosed with glaucoma because that's just a hardening of the arteries, the bile ducts, and that comes into play with, of course, excess sugar floating in the blood. And when you have excess sugar floating in the blood, you also have to have a certain amount of LDL to protect. So see, the body never wants to self-destruct. It's always wants to heal. But in its way to heal itself, then that's when the optic nerve can quote unquote burst in that process. So yeah, it's all connected.
Sheesh.
How about answer your question? Yeah. It's a whole network in the body that's, just the liver, the pancreas, all of it is interconnected.
Right.
And the eyes. Yep. Yes. Yes. So anybody else got any other questions? You got any other questions, Amir?
No, I'm gonna just chime into the next meeting.
Okay, cool. All right, we about to get off, y'all. We about to get off into the next meeting. All right. So thank you for joining. Yes, thank you for joining. I appreciate y'all. And we are about to get out of here. If y'all don't have any questions, let's ride out, y'all.
Holla.
All right. Yes. Go to the next meeting. One simple change. One simple change. Yes. Yes.
They opened the
Peace,
fire.
y'all.
Them bullets was flying. Who said it was a lockdown? Goddamn lie. Oh my, time heals all, but you out of time now. Judge gotta watch us from the clock tower.
Peace,
Little
y'all.
team gas clear the whole place out. I'll be back for that.